Sturgeon Bay is the last and was always the largest of the working waterfronts. And that really, especially today, sets Sturgeon Bay apart from all of the other beautiful little ports that are all around the peninsula. And I think the most important story when you look at the whole thing is the maritime transportation system, because when Europeans got here, the natives had already figured out that it was best to live on an island or live along the shore where you could canoe from place to place. That's the roots of the maritime transportation system. And today, that maritime transportation system that was so important to the development of the Great Lakes is still very important. All you have to do is look across the way at the large ships that are in the shipyard at Bay Shipbuilding.
People these days that are traveling are looking for experiences. And they want to learn about stuff. They don't necessarily want to just go and not that relaxing isn't a good thing, but in addition to that relaxation factor, they really want to learn something and have an experience, be able to tell a story to their friends and family back home.
The concept for the Maritime Tower has been around for quite a while with the board of directors and the staff and here at the Maritime Museum, and now is the time for us to move forward with this. The waterfront of Sturgeon Bay has changed and is developing. This is an opportunity for us to be an important part of that.
There's absolutely no doubt that there's a tremendous economic impact brought by people interested in our very unique maritime history.
That will draw so many people to this area.
That it'll attract people to come see what's part of Sturgeon Bay.
To throw another jewel of potential, another treasure, if you will, out there for people to latch onto and really explore the water, which is what makes us unique. Everybody will directly benefit from those tourist dollars and indirectly benefit from our collective success.
And then you start talking about what should it look like? How do we achieve this tribute to towers? How tall does it need to be? What kind of design should it have?
The tower will resemble a lighthouse. Obviously, here in Door County, we celebrate a lot of lighthouses, more than almost any other county in the United States, with 11 surviving lighthouses.
So lighthouses have a very universal draw, and we thought, what if we had a structure here, right on the harbor front in Sturgeon Bay, that we can incorporate into the museum and make it a real iconic attraction and an experience.
And to see where Peterson Builders was, where Sturgeon Bay Boat Works was, and see the old railroad bridge remnants and the old steel bridge remnants. The tower will present that and educate people into the history, because each floor will have its theme.
Topics like Great Lakes geography, down to people in ports, shipbuilding and fishing, recreational boating, shipwrecks. There's so many stories to tell in Door County that we kind of started with a general theme of each of the floors, and then we'll be able to change out the exhibits as we go. What we want is to celebrate the view, the working waterfront, the ships that come in seasonally. There'll be 10 stories of the tower. The 10th floor will be an observation tower, 360 degrees of windows for people to view, and then you'll go through the middle of the room up to the 11th floor, where you'll have an outside view of the working waterfront.
I think it'll showcase to people how close the bay and the lake really are together, and it will really highlight the unique structure that the canal, the Sturgeon Bay Ship Canal, has, and also how it's connected then to the shipping industry here in Sturgeon Bay. It's going to become the focal point. Not that the steel bridge in Sturgeon Bay isn't, but I think this has the opportunity to possibly kind of take over as that key icon in Sturgeon Bay.
One of the great benefits that we see from construction of the Maritime Tower is that we're going to be able to get the visitor to a lofty height. There'll be both an indoor and an outdoor observation deck. And so you have this unique working waterfront with these interesting elements, a shipyard and tugboats and a Coast Guard cutter and all of the other things that go along with this, and a view from the bay to the lake. So you get to a height where you can see this unique perspective of this working waterfront.
I think it's incredibly important that children experience the local history of Door County, and water is a big part of what makes it so special. bringing our children here to the Maritime Museum, having them learn the generations that have been building on the maritime history here in Door County, puts it in perspective. And once you get to the top, you get to see it as it is today. It's a perfect timeline of history.
The tower is something the people of Sturgeon Bay and of Door County can be proud to have. So I'm all for people donating as much as you can. Keep in mind that it's for the community. It's a community project.
I'm certainly going to help out as much as I can, and I would certainly ask all of you, consider donating whatever you can to help this effort.
The Lighthouse Tower is the kind of iconic landmark and attraction and experience that will float everyone's boat.
I ask you to join me in the effort of celebrating and preserving our Door County maritime history. It doesn't matter how much you give, it doesn't matter how you give. Please just join us in raising the funds we need to continue to tell our stories.